This is a new BlackBerry Passport that has just been launched, and the device is very, very cool. I've had it for some time now, and I'm finally able to share the information with you. So when we first look at the device, we can obviously see that it is a square-shaped device, unlike the old kind of what we've seen with the Z30 and our normal kind of candy-shaped devices that we have on the market. This particular device is meant for great for two-handed typing. One-handed typing, I think you'll struggle a bit, but the device does actually fit into the palm of your hands. So if you're used to carrying something like a phablet, then this is a no-brainer and it will just work just as well. So it is a 4.5-inch screen, really, really great resolutions. As you can see, even through a camera, that everything is kind of nice and crystal clear. It's got a keyboard, which is something that we haven't had for a while. And nice to be able to get the click, click, click touch of the keys one more time. But what they did do is they did still include all the really cool features from the other BlackBerry 10 devices, and I'll show you how that all works now. In this particular version, it's 10.3 is the operating system, and it allows you to open up 8 windows. It also allows you to actually move things around to where you want them to be, compared to the previous one where whichever order you open the application, that's the order that it stays in. Hub is still on the left here. Here is an email that we can quickly just type. So as you can hear, the click, click, click of that device. And when you start typing, you'll be able to see that at the top here, the suggested words still appear like they did in the past. Punctuation is always at the top. So if we say this is a test, the word test comes up here, we can simply swipe it up and get the word test into our kind of keys there, into our document. So that's the story there. A couple of other additional features with this particular one. Even though it's a keyboard, a physical keyboard, it's still got some soft features, and very much like using a trackpad, if you double click, you'll be able to get your cursor and be able to move that around. You can do things like holding the shift button and be able to select items on the screen, so you can do the copy, cut and paste things. Another cool feature of this is that you can, just by swiping back anywhere, it will just erase your last few letters. Swiping down will give you additional characters and additional numbers that you can kind of use. If we go to something like an app, you can actually use the keyboard to scroll up and scroll down, which is actually quite nifty. Another option that I like to use is when you go to something like a web page. So if we go, let's just choose any old one. We'll go to my, TheTechieGuy.com as an obvious choice. I could kind of use this to scroll up and down, but what's nice is I can actually turn it on its side and be able to do exactly the same. And when you do that, you actually get a nice kind of reading experience that happens. Another quick feature I'd like to mention is the fact that it comes pre-installed with the Amazon App Store, which basically means that you can get access to the Android apps. Yes, we've been able to do that for a while now, and you had to side load something called Snap, which you can still do on this particular, I think I've got Snap here, there is Snap. You can still do that. And what it does though, it just makes it a little bit easier for those who haven't been able to do it in the past to have the App Store pre-installed. These are effectively any of the apps. You click into that and then you're able to install it as you normally would with any Android applications in your Google Play Store. For example, here are some of the apps that are actually native to Android. It's not a BlackBerry app, and they work perfectly fine. SnapScan, Scannerbank, PayPal, all work 100%. There's my Fitbit that's in there. I've downloaded some games as well. Those are actually quite funky to play on a device, with this kind of interface. So yes, I mean, I really think BlackBerry has done a very, very good job. So yes, that's just a quick tour of this particular device. One thing that's really, really cool is the way that they've done the sound on this. It's quite clear. They've got speakers at the bottom, speakers at the top. They've also got a quad mic system, and somehow, some way, something called natural sound. It all enhances the sound and quality. So it even detects how closely you've got the phone to your ear, and then it kind of does the noise reduction of the ambient noise, so you can get a nice clear phone conversation happening. None of this "can you hear me now" anymore situations. And then finally, I don't like the assistants and those voice controlled organizers, but for some reason BlackBerry has done a nice job here, and I actually quite dig it. So hold the button down. What's my next appointment? Now, if we're lucky, it should look it up. There we go. What's my next appointment? And that will know that it's a calendar.
Submit proposal is at 1600 hours on Wednesday the 24th of September 2014 at head office with Lyron Sejev.
Okay, so that was quite nifty. You can do things like, will I need an umbrella tomorrow? Okay, so now it will recognize where I am. We'll know that it's a weather question, and there we go.
The forecast for Roosevelt Park, South Africa on Thursday is plenty of sunshine with temperatures between 27 and 12 degrees.
So that's quite cool. So Assistant really works well. It works very much with your natural way of asking questions. So things like, what's my last email? Send a new text to. And even in a very, very loud room, you do get quite a good experience with this. The nice size screen, as you can see, so things like documents work really, really well, especially things like an Excel document. That kind of really gives you some good real estate to be able to use. And instead of kind of having to zoom in and out constantly as you would with a rectangular device, well, this is actually quite cool, and be able to do, you can actually do some proper work with this. And again, the scrolling works. I dig the scroll. That works quite nicely, so you never have to click on the screen and actually click things by mistake. So yes, that's just a quick tour of the BlackBerry Passport. More information is written in the post below. Very, very nice unit. Really, really looking forward to using it more and more. And I think the fact that it's a different shape, and I think the fact that it does so much, might actually get people to pay attention. So if you're one of those people who just reads tech media and goes with what they're told, then you're going to find faults in this. If you're one of those people who really wants to try something new and has touched a BlackBerry device since your old 9900 phone back in 1999, really give this a bash. I mean, you'll be pleasantly surprised at exactly what you can achieve with this particular phone, especially the fact that you can download apps from the Android store. That makes a big difference. Device that very, very powerful, and a great 27-28 hour battery on mixed use. So I think the fact that it does that really, really puts it ahead of the game, and it's something that we can use for normal work days. Okay, so that was me, another episode of Talking Tech with the Tech Guy. Don't forget to subscribe. Click the button. I think it's going to be there. Button over there. Click to subscribe. We'll give you more of these inside information as we get them. Cheers for now.